This is Lucas Boari Talks. He fascinates you, he entertains you, he excites you with the recent and the latest news. Stay tuned, you do not want to miss it. Hello, my name is Lucas Boari, your host for today's podcast. And in today's podcast, we will be talking about Russel Brand. Who is Russel Brand? What has happened to him in the last few weeks? Well, Russel Brand has been falsely and ridiculously accused of sexual harassment, rape, and sexual assault, which is ridiculous, by the mainstream elites and the mainstream media. It was all over the media a few weeks ago when they published that out loud to the press, when they said that he has been accused, when they accused him of sexual assault and sexual harassment, despite that there were no proofs of it. And is it just, and why are they censoring him? Are they saying that to attack him, or are they trying to censor him? He knows a lot of things. Mr. Brand, Russel Brand, is an independent media, is in the independent media sector. He does his own independent content. And why are they trying to censor him? Well, even the government doesn't want him to spread something to the public. Remember in the 2020 COVID-19 breakouts, all the governments in the world did these lockdowns, imposed the vaccine mandates, the masks, and the pharmaceutical companies that Russel Brand has been talking about constantly in his YouTube channel about. He said that many of these pharmaceutical companies, and specifically Big Pharma, is that they were gaining so much profit and money from the COVID-19 pandemic. They were benefiting a lot from it, Mr. Brand says. The amount of money that these big pharma companies made, like Pfizer and other scientific research groups that is funded by the government, and they also influence government policies to take away our very own freedoms. And that is the reason why the government doesn't want him to spread those kinds of informations. And this is ludicrous. This is an attack on free speech. And it's not just Russel Brand that they're trying to censor. And there's plenty of independent media groups too, like Russel Brand, who they tried to censor as well, but they've managed to fail. Now, recently, in this country, the UK, they have passed the online safety bill, which require media companies, internet organizations to censor independent media from spreading information that the government doesn't agree. The government doesn't agree with Russel Brand. They don't agree with what he is saying. And that is just wrong, what they have done. The online safety bill is now law now. It's now the Online Safety Act. They say that it would protect children. No, it is it's an attack on free speech that they are trying to do. It's insane. The government doesn't care about us, our freedom of speech. It could attack very small independent media groups, like my podcast, for example. Of course, Russel Brand has millions of views. He's much bigger than me, much bigger than my talks and my crew and so on. But Russel Brand is well known. And this could be an attack on their free speech. But however, of course, there are certain things, of course, that we can't say in our podcast. But we will keep fighting. And what can we do to keep the internet free? Russel Brand has said to his supporters here to follow me on Rumble, follow me on what is that media called, and so on. Instagram and Facebook are all censoring our censorship. The censorship has gone so out of control. Rumble and Telegram, and now Twitter, which is now X, which is bought by Elon Musk, is now fighting back against the censorship. My name is Lucas Boari, your host for today's podcast. Stay tuned for more.